Hi everyone, this is day one of our pantry challenge. And I'm sorry it's so late, but we usually don't have dinner until late here anyway. But today I'm going to be making some simple salmon cakes and some leftover mashed potato cakes and just a can of peas. So I've already taken it upon myself to mix up the salmon, and if you've ever had like canned salmon, then you know that you have to open the can, drain it. It was a 14.75 ounce can of salmon, and I cleaned the skin and the bones and everything out of it after I drained it, which if you don't cook often, it might not be something you want to do because it is pretty yucky if you ask me. Sorry, I'm getting down here in my pantry so I can show you just what I'm talking about. It's just a pink salmon, any kind, any brand, in a can, 14 ounces. And these are the stats on that. I don't know if you can see this good or not, but it does have 13 grams of protein, only 80 calories, no carbs. So that's good for us. Now, this recipe that I have, uses that whole can, and then it also uses a half of a cup of pork rinds. And the reason that I was doing pork rinds or would use that recipe is because, like I said before, I like to do high protein. So today I don't have any pork rinds, but I have these wonderful little snacks that I eat sometimes. They're Harvest Snaps, lentil, tomato, basil flavored. They're beans. And they're not bad for nutritional. They have 5 grams of protein, 15 of carbs, so it's a little high, and it's 120 calories per serving. They do have 1 gram of sugar, but it's better than breadcrumbs, and it will add some flavor. And then you use 2 eggs, 3 tablespoons of mayo, just whatever you have on, and then you use a half teaspoon of salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and any other spices that you want. And I did use about a teaspoon of Old Bay as well because I like Old Bay with anything seafoody. And then you mix that up and put it in your refrigerator for about a half an hour because it just makes it a little bit easier to handle. And then whenever you cook that, you're going to cook it until it's brown on one side, turn it once, brown the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and show you here. I have ground up those Harvest beans that I showed you earlier to use in place of the pork rinds. You can use breadcrumbs too, but again, that's a half a cup of those. And you can see here, I just ground those up. They're here waiting to be put in. And I like onions, so I'm going to add some red onions. I had a little bit left over in the refrigerator. I'm going to go ahead and use them. So I'm going to go over to the fridge now, take out my bowl of salmon, egg mixture, mayonnaise mixture. It has everything in it already now chilled except for the breadcrumbs, or in this case, the tomato basil beans and the onions. So I'm going to add those now. Adding those. Sorry, I'm not very good at this videotaping thing yet. Like, I'm going to get better. It's just going to take me a little bit of time. So I'm just basically adding all this stuff in. And sorry, some of it's stuck. Adding all of that in. And then I'm going to mix that up with a fork and get some consistency here because it was looking a little rough before. It definitely was not looking the best. So you can see now it's starting to get a little bit of consistency to it. It's looking better. Oh, that's my hand. Sorry, I told you I wasn't very good at this yet. So basically mixing all that up, getting it together. And then I'm just going to fry that in a skillet